day back, sir.
2 days ago.
Sir! Step away now! It's a leech! Kill it! Die, vermin!
It's closed.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can...
Name's Albert. Remember it.
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't...
All right.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to...
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find your...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy?
Never heard of her.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough.
This note was found on a dead man out.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
What?
Shooting... What?
You...
I'm Dr. Reed. And
No. Look, I'm not a violent...
What can you tell...
Nothing to say, really. This is...
You mean you used to...
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family?
Not since the death of my wife. Albert...
Perhaps...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital?
Funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some...
Really?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't...
I swear I didn't want to hit him.
What is it, Benjamin?
The doctors called me a liar. A coward.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed. I just need my pills.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy. understand.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken of...
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard
Do you know Nurse...
I don't like to talk about...
competition?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort...
I'd like to see what kind of medicine.
Good evening.
You look ill, Miss Wanderer. I wonder if your concoction will do.
I'm perfectly fine, thanks to my miraculous...
Goodbye, Miss...
If I could get some work in, everything would be better.
What do you want? Leave me.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
There is no Dorothy Crane.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. Nobody at home. There's nobody here.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
other way. This week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please.
Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I deny.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a...
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan...
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe...
May I ask?
I do whatever I want, and some...
According to...
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent...
Have you heard of a nurse named...
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrant.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't guess.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Welcome, sir.
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor? Interesting.
As a merchant...
What you mean besides the epidemic?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Don't...
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped...
Where did this happen?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better...
How is business?
Business? I had no business. Between...
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in...
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing me.
Have you heard of a... Yes.
Dorothy Crane ain't even...
That doesn't explain.
Your precious nurse Crane gives away medical...
Have you heard of a nurse?
Nurse?
Yeah.
Dorothy...
That does...
Your precious...
Right then. Show me what...
It's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down, sir.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and...
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought.
What do you mean?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite...
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city.
Well...
As a doctor,
You must be aware of the decimation.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions.
Really? And what...
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left, then? Tell me, Tobias.
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by...
Purification by fire has proved useful.
Your lack of faith is predictable.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing...
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous...
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church.
What do you mean?
Also,
Quite a...
for you.
I am. Do you know
I don't like the liberal ideas of...
So, you're not exactly...
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take...
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than...
Before coming to London.
I have heard enough for tonight. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I know what you're thinking. A tall... I know you Very well. Hello again, miss. Very... Hello again, miss. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye, then. It's locked, all right.
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
But Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon, I'll gladly help.
Why are the news...
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be
It's a disgrace.
These are bad times indeed.
What is a journalist do?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform. Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories.
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist. Hoping...
Have you any idea?
I've had to run and hide more...
I'm convinced there is...
Really?
I heard you're investigating an underground medic...
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of...
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital...
Ah, could it be Dorothy?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no...
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him...
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr.
Morbidity can breathe its own beauty and grace.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
Please be my guest. Although
Really?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love...
What can you tell me about...
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing...
May I ask...
Not at all. I'm just enjoying...
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know this...
But are you not a...
Oh, why should I? I see...
What are your thoughts on the...
Terrible, you say? No. Of course.
What are you talking about?
Do...
Yeah.
Most people fail to understand my perspective.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this...
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone. Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
I understand.
I don't care. I don't have...
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain...
Do you not think it...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of...
What can you tell me about...
Not much. And that's the...
And have you ever tried to learn more about her?
Maybe I prefer she remains an...
Perhaps you're just a...
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes.
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean?
Did you know the mute florist is a member?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery, so...
I fear you are a...
Guilty as charged, Doctor.
Are you not curious?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not...
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I will see you. I'll leave you alone, sir. Good evening.
And good evening.
You don't really...
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard.
Still?
With thanks to my parents, actually.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first...
I'll leave you alone.
Some of us come to this world.
Hello again. Tell me about Richard Nithercott. Very well.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be quick. Though
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't know her, but
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of White.
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew them...
Considering your line of work,
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now,
Clayton Darby claims he will
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time.
What?
How can you speak about starvation?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People...
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly, but it is not your concern.
Good.
You again?
Good.
Fancy buying some?
You never... Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Petrescu, just one...
You again?
Sir, what?
All right.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick...
I'm nothing like you, Mr.
Yes, you are. You too...
I have to admit your words have conviction.
It's locked, all right.
If you want to talk to...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petre.
So Dorothy's real...
Like myself and many people in this...
She seems important.
More than you can imagine.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most...
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist. Who is she?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her...
You say she has no close family?
Well...
Are you not what?
She is as brave as she is tough, and...
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I...
Tell me everything. Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very...
Well, if you feel all... Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Need help! He's going into convulsions, Doctor!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.